Hello. Well, today I'm going to do something different than my usual singing. As you can tell by the background, this is not a normal room where I'd record unless I was doing something that needed something in a bathroom. And today I actually am doing something that might need something in a bathroom. It's called the pad experiment, where we take at least 3 different types of pads, which I have here. Note, one of these I have way too many of, and the other 2 I really don't use that much. And still have way too many of. Because when it comes to pads, I may or may not be a little overstocked. Okay, so let's do this. First we have a panty liner. Now what this experiment is we're seeing how much water these things can hold before they leak. And what happens when you push the 2 sides together. Because we know that that happens when we fold them back up in a different wrapper to throw them in a trash can. As you cannot see there, and I refuse to move my camera. Because my friends are watching this, they know I almost never do laundry. So, panty liner. See here, it's a normal non-winged panty liner. Really only meant for catching discharge, or if you have like the lightest flow ever. So let's expect this to not hold much water, okay? Now I will move the camera so that you can see the sink. Now if you excuse me, I have to find something to put behind the camera. Ooh, contact moisturizer. This better work. Nope, it's round. It's not gonna work, it's round. Ooh, hair moisturizer? I got that as a gift. Don't ask me where I got it, because I can't tell you I got it as a gift. Okay, far enough. Okay, close enough that you can see the sink, but not far enough. Not far enough that it can. Not far enough that you can't see the sink, but close enough that it won't fall in. You know what? It won't fall in, and you can see the sink. That's the whole point of this. I'm gonna take the panty liner, put it under the faucet, as so. Turn the faucet on. I'm gonna run the water over it once. Does it look like it leaked from underneath? No, not much. Yep, it's pretty saturated on the top, which you can't see. It's not too saturated though. I think it'll hold more water, but let's just test it. Turn the water on like so. Stick this underneath. Doesn't feel like it's leaking. You know what? You know what? Since our periods don't go that fast, let's try it at a slower rate. There we go. That's better. Let's see if it leaks through. No! It's not leaking through. It's just bouncing off the top, which I don't understand. Okay, maybe it is leaking through a little bit. Okay, now we have a leak. Yay! So now what happens when you squeeze the sides together to put it back in the wrapper and throw it in the garbage? Let's see what happens when you squeeze it. Whoa, water! So, when you squeeze it, all the water is gonna like come out, because this is like almost completely dry. So if you really fill these things to the maximum, don't squeeze them. Not that anyone would unless you're that weird girl from last year who eats tampons. Trash. Because there's nothing else we can do with that. Next, it's time for my personal favorite kind of pad. These things. They thin, yet they promise to hold 10 times their weight. This is an Always Infinity nighttime pad. Although I do wear these all the time, so they're kind of more everyday, all the time pads. As you can see, these are winged. Let's see if that helps or hurts them. We're going to put the wings down on the sides like this. Like you would if you were wrapping them around a pair of underwear, only I do not want to show you my underwear. Pervs. So this is what it should look like if you did it right. Now, again, it's like what you did with the panty liner. Put it under the sink, like so, and turn on the water. Wow, this thing actually feels heavy, like it's filled with water. Do we see any leaks? No, that's just water that I got in my hands, so there's no leaks. Let's try another run. Now, do I see any leaks? Okay, that's just the wings that got wet because of the water on my hands. I don't see leaks. Now let's try and fill this thing with 10 times its weight. You can see this is at the tendency that I started it with. That's the pressure system I started it with. So try the pressure. And now off. We have a leak! Hey! Now once there's a leak, you know what you do with these things? What you do with any other pad. You put it back in a wrapper and you throw it in the trash. Let me show you. Now, before we do that, let's see what happens when we squeeze these things. No, just so you know, I'm going to squeeze this hard as I did with the panty liner. I'm not going to cheat about anything. See? There's water falling in even when I haven't squeezed it yet. This is as hard as I squeeze the panty liner. No water's coming out. Barely any water came out. So guys, if you want a thin pad that can hold a lot of water, then keep holding a lot of water all the way into the trash can. These things are the ones for you. No, not okay. Okay, it's in the wrapper. See? Trash can. And now it's time for the last one, the ones that I actually do wear to bed. Diaper-o and training-o. Yes, that's seriously what I call these things. These are like the diaperiest pads ever. Like, these could be used for bladder incontinence. And I wouldn't be surprised if they are used for bladder incontinence. Just so you know, my mom bought me these. So, yeah, that's what you expect when your mom buys you them. I believe these were by Always. Yeah, let's just go with everything was by Always, because that's what I remember. Again, you do the same thing that you did with the other thing with wings, which is secure it to the back. Secure the wings to the back. And now, let's fill this thing with water. Remember, this is heavy pressure because these things last through my sleep. Well, I actually kind of believe a lot. Hopefully only girls are watching this. Okay. This thing is full of water. And ooh, look at this! It bleeds through the padding at the top, but not the plastic at the bottom. See? They're clearly separatable. See? Wow, this thing is full. This thing could hold much more. Let's try it. Let's try and see how much it takes until the plastic bleeds through. Okay. Okay. I just have to put that down for a sec and wash my hands. Look at this. The plastic doesn't break. So no matter how much you bleed in your sleep, the plastic will not break. Oops, I mean break, not Blake. I was thinking about Blake Lively. Either. Amazing actress. So, let's see what happens when you squeeze this when it's at its full capacity. Remember, this is as hard as I squeeze the other two things. Barely anything comes out. So, if you do not mind being picked on for wearing huge diapery pads, this is the thing for you. If you do not mind getting picked on for huge diapery pads and want a bajillion times more security than a panty liner has, which we don't all want a bajillion times, but we do want enough that it'll last us at least half a school day. These things surprisingly don't last as long as the thin ones. Well, actually, occasionally they'll last longer. It depends what brand you buy, but these last about the same. So let's put this back in the thing. See? And throw it in the trash. Just so you know, this is my first girl video. Please, any boys, if you are watching this, just so you know, periods do exist. And you cannot bother us very much at that time. Because even though I don't, a lot of us tend to get cramps. I personally get more bloated than I do get cramps. my chest first. Not now. Sorry, someone was knocking on the door. Well, I'm gonna do more of these, so